Why should I give a damn? 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 Why should I give a damn?
What the fuck is up? You are now tuned in to episode 100 of Why Should I Give a Damn? And as you probably already know, and as you already probably suspect, this is a very special episode, a very special milestone for us. When we started this, it was the middle of a pandemic. And I feel like we have 100 episodes worth of timeline of the journey, of the pathway, of the ups and the downs of everybody. You know, those of us who've been living this American experience and living it every fucking day. So shout out to everybody who's been tuning in since episode 1. Shout out to everybody who came on board along the way. It's real special to be able to see the consistent numbers, the consistent people, the consistent congregation that tunes in every Tuesday and have been tuning in for 100 episodes, giving us the motivation to keep on doing what we do. So shout out to you guys, whether you're a new listener, old listener, whatever you're listening, whether you're just somebody who can't stand us but you're listening to us because you want somebody to be pissed at. We love everybody. Tune in every Tuesday. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at WSIGAD_podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we fucked up today. It's a lot of Douce, a lot of foreign weed, a lot of weed that niggas don't smoke on the regular in rotation right now. Excuse me if my eyes get a little Forrest Whitaker-ish. Because I feel one of my eyes trembling right now. Wow. I am your host, Aaron.
It's your girl, Bree Breezy the Barber.
It's the boy, Randy King.
It's the deacon himself, Colin. And Eric, can I use your line? I'm sorry, I'm going to steal it. Eric said a great line. He said, Betty White didn't make it to 100, but we sure did. And I love it. I'm giving you your credit. It was a great line. Great line.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't steal lines. I give.
R.I.P. Betty White.
All right, Betty White. She was close.
She was real
like
close.
I said, man, we came a long way. Wouldn't be an episode 100 without cringe. But shout out to Betty White. I mean, one thing that we got to talk about out gate for episode 100. One thing we got to bring up is one of the biggest thing that drives the podcast world today is social media. Social media is where we see most of the clips and stuff. And a lot of people don't even really listen. They just listen to clips and bits and little parts and shit. So at this point, I don't care. Content is content. Listen, as long as it's our content, you know. We had a good question that we asked along the way because I feel like in these 100 episodes, one of the biggest themes, and this is why I tell people, they ask me what kind of podcast we do. And I tell them, I say, we take black culture, black social media, and we turn it into a debate or a random topic or something to talk about or ask questions about or educate ourselves on. Because a lot of the things we touch on is social media, in particular black social media. What we mean by black social media, we all know niggas ain't on the same shit that white motherfuckers is on. And shout out to all the white listeners.
Shout out to our white friends.
Shout out to them people because, you know, I've been looking at the analytics lately, and I gotta say,
they going down for the white people?
They're going up. They're going up.
They like it. We'll keep it real.
I didn't think white people listen to us. I was real surprised about that. So, for whatever reason, y'all fuck with us. This is what we do. Shout out to y'all. But
Fucking with us.
Shout out to diversity.
More of
That's
your white
what's up.
friends.
social
All
media.
lives matter. Ronnie's back. I know you got a white bitch on deck. You trying to swoon?
Nah, we don't do that. You know.
What's wrong? Oh, let me stop.
Sisters.
We're not gonna do the Dr. Umar episode yet.
Right. Well,
we're just keeping it 100. That's all.
The reason why I was bringing up social media in episode 100, I feel like almost all the topics and the beefs and a lot of this shit, social media has impacted every part of our lives and stuff. Social media has put people in front of our faces every day that would never have been in front of our faces had it not been for social media. And this is the first We in that first generation that we're witnessing people who grew up with complete social media. Like they have evolved and adapted, and their human abilities have all been adapted by social media. So it gives us this question going into episode 100. And I feel like it's a good pivotal question going into the next chapter of us as podcasters. Which social media app do you feel like is the worst for society right now? Like, what social media app is the most toxic? If President Biden woke up, had a Red Bull, actually looked awake one day, went on TV and said, "You know what? I'm canceling this app because I feel like it's bad for America. Like this app is done." What app would you be the least mad about that being? Breezy? Face biggity? Is that because your analytics are the lowest on Facebook compared to the others? Or is it because you really believe it's toxic?
I think Facebook is toxic. There's a lot of fake news on Facebook. A lot of things can be shared. You can't share stuff on Instagram other than your story.
But Instagram is Facebook, right? It's all meta.
Yeah, well, they need to get rid of the Facebook portion.
We know, like,
once old people got on there, it was over. Remember, like, our parents went from, all y'all do was get on Facebook. Now they're the ones on Facebook.
Right.
We don't even be on Facebook like that.
I love you, baby. I'm so proud of you. Like,
well, because I think the older generation realized if we don't get on Facebook, we're not really going to be able to communicate with y'all because we're a social media generation. Most of the time, if you're not on, and I'll admit, because I don't text a lot sometimes, but I'm on Twitter and Facebook, so a lot of times the people I talk to on the regular, it's either on Twitter or Facebook.
That's kind of a bullshit excuse, Eric. So you're going to say, like, theoretically you're saying, I don't got to talk to my grandma because she ain't on Facebook.
No, I'm not
She
saying I
need to
don't have
give
to
it the
talk to
times.
them. I don't say I don't have to talk to them, but I'm saying we as humans have that out of sight, out of mind factor. So if I'm seeing my auntie all the time on Facebook, I'm going to be talking to her more than if I'm not seeing her as much and I have to call her. Yeah, I may still call my auntie, but the aunties on Facebook are interacting with their family a lot more than the aunties that are not.
Can I say this? That's how I feel about, like, the class reunions. The 5-year, 10-year, 15, they seem less relevant because back in the day, our parents and grandparents, they didn't have Facebook. Now you're kind of following people's whole lives still, because we were the first crop. I remember kids getting make fun of because MySpace was popping and they had a Facebook and that's for college kids. You're weird. Like, I remember that. So now I'm seeing, like you said, the old people taking over. So it is interesting to see. It is.
I don't think it's the most toxic, though. I don't know. But, Ronnie, which one's the most toxic to you? Most toxic app right now?
And Baddies Hub is not social media. It's technically a porn site.
just found out about that the other day from somebody, but you know, I say Instagram. You feel me? I think Instagram. At first, it was about
Is it
photography.
toxic for you?
I mean, it was about photography at first. Like, I was on there for photography. You know, I'm a photographer. And then, you know, these random hoes came in. They just tainted it all.
Now, Ronnie, were you following the random hoes?
Yes, I was.
Were you targeting random hoes in your following process?
But you know how the algorithm goes.
The algorithm kept showing it to me, so I
That's
started
niggas'
following.
favorite excuse. Algorithm.
Right.
Like, bitch,
Goddamn.
nigga,
Well,
you
if
made
you
that.
follow 20 fat booty hoes, Ronnie, your algorithm is going to be
like
fat
one
booty
picture.
hoes.
You like one fat booty picture.
You like it
your
more than
shit
one,
is
though.
tainted.
He right about that.
I'm saying start with one.
It only take
Shit.
one though.
It's funny, though.
So I cleaned up
Then
my
you keep liking
Instagram
the
though.
bait,
I
so
unfollowed them all except for a couple of them. You know.
So you back to your like your Explorer page is photography.
Yeah, it's getting back clean. I was like
Cause
photography.
after the
and
show,
sports.
that'd be a nice little bit.
You know
we
what I
can
mean?
look at Ronnie's Explorer page.
That's funny.
Post it on Facebook. Niggas start sweating like
I
a
mean,
mother.
like I said, at the end of the day, I know niggas like ass, but no nigga likes all ass. We want laughs, entertainment, sports, random shit too, with a sprinkle of ass in there. So you want to get your algorithm right.
That's
I
why I
understand.
like
I
the
get it.
LFL.
What's yours, Colin? What's the most toxic app?
The most toxic app. I want to put Twitter up there. Like, it's tough because, like, overall in the grand scheme of things, Twitter is the least used. Like, people say, we were talking about it, said TikTok. TikTok is whatever, but there's good information. I think Twitter is divisive because people kind of blow Twitter off. It's just an app. It's just whoa, pause. But it's just an app. And I go, no, that's how people think because that's like your diary to the world. Even to this day, I'll write some shit. And I'll be like, I'll read it. I'm like, why did I write this shit? So that's your real thoughts. And I see the divisiveness in communities, speech hate, people have been banned from there. Alex Jones, mad people are banned because Trump. Like that shit is, that can cause a lot. Instagram for the vanity, yes, because like Instagram is really like probably the real answer. But to me, it's Twitter because people talk crazy.
Twitter
troll.
Twitter is a regular, and Twitter doesn't have the guidelines the other ones have. So you can see, like I just unfollowed somebody the other day because I'm like he's posting dick pics on his shit. So you could be posting on Twitter.
I can't lie. There was a couple gay dudes I didn't know was gay until I start their likes start popping up, and it was just like shirtless dudes.
But do you know how
hard? What the? And niggas be talking about guns and sports, and I'm just like, whoa, you just pivot to just niggas stroking off.
Do you know how hard it is to unfollow a nigga who just posted a dick pic on Twitter? Because I'm born, I see a dick pic, I immediately scroll past it. I don't want to see the dick pic, but it's like, how do I get to his profile? He has a dick pic pinned to the top. So how do I get to it without the dick pic popping on my shit? So it's just absolutely a block. They need to have for Twitter, there needs to be some option where I can block without going to the profile so that if they have a pin, I don't have to see their face. I should be able to do a blind block, okay? Shout out Sandra Bland, Blindside.
They shouldn't be posting no dick pics on Twitter.
You say Sandra Bland or Sandra
I know,
Bullock?
but they post other good things on Twitter too.
Oh, like the Twitter porn. I've been hearing about the Twitter porn.
The Twitter porn. Everybody be saying it's the best and all this other shit.
The best. I don't want to get to a porn debate.
I know, but at the end of the day, I like Twitter. Twitter is toxic. For me, I think Instagram is the worst. Only because Instagram offers the least amount of other shit other than vanity. I think Facebook, you can, how many times you're on Facebook and you get sucked into a National Geographic wormhole or a random ass actual informational piece.
That's because they're old people on there now.
And on Twitter, how many times do you get to learn shit in real time because you're watching the people as they're reacting to it rather than going off he say, she say, and then you end up debating people. You realize the people who don't have a Twitter, because a lot of time I realize when I'm debating people, the people who don't have a Twitter always seem to be a little less informed about a lot of shit because they're not seeing the shit in real time. They're basing shit off internet reactions. For me, Instagram is hard because a lot of people base their diet, their relationship. It's just pictures and videos. So a lot as humans, we visual people. All of this shit being beamed in our head down our timeline, you just seeing pictures and videos and videos and pictures and BBLs and LBBs and all this other bullshit. Everybody's got a dime and everybody's rich on Instagram. You'll never see I've never seen nobody post I need money on Instagram. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen broke niggas on Twitter. I've never seen a broke nigga on Instagram in my life. Everybody is fucking just saw Regis Philbin yesterday and won the whole contest. Everybody got a million.
Rest in peace, Regis.
R.I.P. Regis.
R.I.P. Regis.
One of the best to ever do it. But it's just, to me, Instagram can go because I feel like it doesn't provide anything that other services don't provide. It's just a vanity. It's a vanity timeline. And I hate to say that because honestly, for podcasting, it's one of the best apps.
That's the thing, yeah.
Because it's visual. It's visual. So when you want to get your visual shit off, Instagram is the best.
Can I say something about Instagram? Sorry, ladies, we get it. Stop with everybody's it's too many fitness pages. You hoes is not fitness experts. You shaped up. You got a little fake tight booty. You wear the shorts that kind of got the little skull. I seen it. It's enough. I'm tired of seeing squats, deadlifts. Y'all are not fitness fucking trainers. Because it's too many. It's way too many girls. I'm like, well, it's worse than rappers. Every other I won't say bitch. Every other woman is squatting or something. I'm like, trust me, I don't want to see the shit, the fake muscles.
Whatever involves showing ass. That's all that's gonna ever happen. Whatever involves showing ass. The other thing I do want to talk about, where y'all, Juneteeth is coming up.
What day is that? Black man?
Juneteenth, June 19th. And the main reason I know that is because
Juneteenth, you had to catch us.
No, the main reason I know that is because our anniversary is May 19th, exactly a month. So it's easy to remember both.
Convenient.
Easy to remember both. But Juneteenth coming up, and a lot of people got offended by that Juneteenth ice cream. I don't know if anybody tried it or anybody.
Y'all gonna put your
I
coon
don't
card
see
out
why
for
they
me.
were so offended by that. I don't think it was that
Call
bad.
me a coon because I don't know. I'm
What?
disappointed.
In fact, I bet a black person was one.
I wanted to try. I'm gonna be mad if it was good and they took it off the shelves and we missed out.
What
on
was
that
it?
treat.
What was it? It was like real
White
velvet
person who
cake.
got an idea from a black person.
What was the flavor? Like real velvet
Crack it
cake and something else. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't chocolate.
Now
It was
Or cheesecake.
me,
Yeah,
I don't
cheesecake.
know.
Oh,
For me,
I
I
think
did.
it was just the name.
That's the most
Juneteeth
niggerish.
ice cream that was offensive.
Did y'all see the napkins though? It's the freedom for me. Like what they talking about?
Yeah, those
Well,
napkins.
because I just saw a TikTok about how this white dude like branded the name Juneteenth so he could use it on
That's
food.
niggas'
and
fault,
items and
man.
shit.
We've been here for too long. How the fuck we let this white man?
Yeah, that's
Get-
a
get-
white
get
dude. I
it.
forgot it, man. We'll pull his picture up. But a white dude actually bought the rights. So that's why when you see Juneteenth on
failed.
products now, there's a TM next to it now. So
failed
a white guy has the right. That's why I say, man, black niggas, we invent shit, but white motherfuckers go to the patent office before us. They at the patent office waiting.
That shit ain't
try?
cheap, though.
Can I copyright Auschwitz? I'm saying, like, can we start doing concentration? Can we start? Can we
This shit-
start?
It's like
Where's
you can
our?
buy domains
I'm tired
and
of us
shit.
getting finessed out of shit. I'm
We
sorry.
be getting finesse.
Because we don't be caring enough to think about that type of shit, though. They think about shit like that. Like, I'm going to capitalize off the struggle. Like, our mindset just don't be the same and shit like that. And you got to think, we're taught, a lot of us are taught in school and at an early age to be very sensitive to, like, Holocaust and stuff like that. So when we think of Holocaust, we have the same reaction that white people have to it. They don't have the same reaction to that, slavery and shit like that. That shit will come up to a lot of them. Not all, but this will come up to a lot of them. So that just come up in the programming of being American and all this other bullshit. But one thing about being an American, being from Wisconsin, we already know we like to go outside and shit, man. And one of y'all, I don't know who's shared this crazy ass story, but it was like one of my, I would have been scared as shit had this happen to me. And I guess it happened in Wisconsin. There was a situation where a motherfucking black bear ended up breaking into a couple's house. It was them and they had their children sleep upstairs. Now, according to the story, these motherfuckers had a black bear was fucking with the bird feeder. They started yelling at the bear to try to get it to go away. First mistake. First mistake. If I see a bear out there fucking with anything, I'm minding my own fucking bit. Do your bear thing. I'll be in here doing my human thing. And we can both just chill.
That's true.
Wait, so the bear was outside?
It was outside fucking with the bird family. Like, look, fuck them birds. Fuck that feeder. You want that shit?
That's
Take that
because
shit.
white people is fucking nosy.
Fuck
They always
that.
try
White,
to,
but white people, I don't know how
stop
this
being
was.
so nosy, white people.
I would have went in
Just
my
mind your
room and
business
locked the
sometimes.
door.
Bears
like
on
a
our property,
But
Bill.
I'm gonna tell you one thing: if the bear was white, I bet you they wouldn't have said a damn thing.
If it was a polar bear, Ronnie, what you're saying? It would've- Wow. Okay, that's an interesting take. We don't want to get
albino
sidetracked, Mr. Umar. But long story short, this bear is fucking with their bird feeder. They look outside. They begin to panic. But instead of trying to just let the bear do its bear thing and them do their human thing, they decide to yell at the bear thinking they were scared of the bear. The female bear, who had her cubs around and was already on high alert, got agitated. And when they heard that sound, they took it as a sign of aggression. Because, everybody knows if any animal is by their cubs, you definitely don't want to fuck with it. Definitely don't want to fuck with no mama anything. So the bear begins to charge at the house and busts through the window and gets inside the house. Right? So let me ask y'all this question, because I'm gonna say what they did, but I want to ask what niggas would have did first, because I want to know if we on the same page. But if a bear busts into your house, and let's just assume you don't got a strap on you or by you, because that's the easy answer. But if a bear busts into your house, what's your first
I know the
instinct?
answer.
Running, shit, get the
Oh.
fuck about that motherfucker.
You don't run. You have to puff up to a bear.
Fuck that, they already bust through the
No, you
crib.
are.
Puff your ass up if you want to.
No.
That's what the white
No.
people
Right,
did.
but I'm not puffing shit up.
If you're gonna run, they're gonna catch you and just rip your
Listen,
back
if it-
apart.
if-
You're
if
gonna
it
be
bust
bleeding
through the
internally.
window,
Why not lock
if
yourself-
a bear bust through the window,
No,
it
you
probably
gotta-
need a couple seconds to be
You
like,
gotta
oh shit.
you gotta puff up.
To bust through the window. Like, you got a couple seconds to get the
My
fuck up
thing
out
is,
of
You got
there.
a couple seconds to get up.
Y'all
I want to
can't-
see that motherfucker charging.
Y'all ain't got no
Y'all wanna
room
try
y'all
it?
can lock
Y'all put money
yourself
on it? We
in.
can try it. We can put
Hell
money on
no.
Fuck
'Cause
that.
Didn't they try to fight the bear and get fucked up?
So these motherfuckers went and got knives out of the kitchen and started hand-on-hand combat and stabbing at the bear. They both suffered injuries. Eventually, the dad was able to go and get his gun and end up killing the bear. But my thing is, none of this had to happen. Y'all didn't have to fuck with the bear in the first place. Just let them fuck with your little shit. If you got insurance, home insurance, they'll cover that anyway. But if not, fuck, it's a bird feeder, okay? Fuck it. It ain't worth me getting lacerations and shit all over my shit. You know, you motherfuckers, I don't think y'all know about bears. Okay, what's that one movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? I forgot the name of it, but just look up Leonardo DiCaprio bear fight on YouTube.
Oh, I know that
at
scene. That
Okay.
scene crazy to the bitch.
Bears have a thick ass hide. You know how much, like, stop it. The Revenant.
Yeah. Listen, in real life, a bear would have tore your ass up, man.
But my
Don't
thing is, if
do
a
it.
bear, I'm gonna run and then I'm gonna try to hide somewhere, barricade myself, or do something somewhere. My first instinct isn't gonna go, let's go grab some butcher knives and square up with him. Hell no. Hell no.
That's people.
You
problem.
got, like-
they think they can go up against animals, and animals are strong.
Like-
Not no bear,
Wait, didn't you say
fuck
you could
that.
survive with a Komodo dragon in a room for 37
That's for
minutes?
37 million.
because
though.
y'all
Now-
had a rhino on that bitch, a gorilla.
Now,
and
if there was a
motherfucker-
$37 million
or something.
bounty on the bear's head,
I mean-
I'll butcher knife it is. Like, Freddy Krueger style it is. Shit, fuck it. That's
You
different.
by yourself. You 37 million in the kitchen,
Oh,
right
shit.
here. You think you could
I'm
motherfucker
trapping
take
that
the
bitch
bear
somewhere.
down?
I'm getting a stabbing like.
I ain't thinking about
Especially
that,
if
though.
it was
Komodo
two of
dragons
them,
are
yeah.
big though. You can't just trap a Komodo dragon. What a table? You gonna just be panicking for 37 minutes?
Man, I'm gonna stomp that
What
bitch
would
in the
be?
head.
What would be the
You have a brain
scariest?
aneurysm.
What would be the
Minute 36.
scariest animal to break into your house? Like the last animal. Like, because a bear is scary shit. Because them motherfuckers can stand up 7 feet and they smart and could climb. So it ain't a lot. All you can really do is barricade yourself and hide from a bear until it go away. Because more than likely it's just trying to scare you away because he's scared. And then once they realize you're not a threat, they're going to sniff around and go away. But these motherfuckers want to fight and then piss it off even worse. So my thing is, what would be the most scary? Like a gorilla? Big ass burly gorilla break into your shit?
Yeah, a gorilla just come bust your door.
Beat the fuck out of you.
I'm gonna tell you what I think.
Brain in.
I think the other scariest animal I could ever break into the house that I'll be terrified, a motherfucking anaconda. A motherfucking anaconda get to slithering through your
Or
shit.
just come through the
pause.
toilet or some shit. and
Man,
just,
look,
and
I'll be
just wrap
scared as
after
a
that.
bitch, bro. Fuck all that. That motherfucker get to wrap you up and crunch you up
Snakes
like a
is
bag
slow,
of
So
chips.
if you get wrapped up by an anaconda, you
Them bitches move fast when they try to grab something.
Why should I give a damn?
So, unfortunately, we got to talk about a fucked up chain of events that happened in Uvalde, Texas. Another shooting. It seems like this has become one of those things. I know the cliche thing to say, what we always say every time there's a shooting is, this happens over and over and over again. And that, like I must say again, yes, it happens over and over and over again. And in Uvalde, there was a situation where you had a guy, I believe his name was Salvador Ramos. El Salvador Ramos, whatever the fuck his little bitch made name was. And I guess teachers, some of the students said he was quiet. You know, who knows what type of shit was going through his head. Long story short, he came to the school. The second he turned 18, he decided to go buy an AR-15 and some body armor. He came to the school and hold the police. There was police officers already there. He shot at one, killed one, I believe. They ended up just submitting and letting the guy in, basically. You know, they ended up just saying, "Fuck it, you got us, bro. Have all the kids you want. All you can kid buffet." Because this nigga and these bitch ass cops who's supposed to serve and protect, but worried about their own neck, worried about their own sweat. To me, this is just a whole embarrassment and a stain on being American to me. Because y'all talk all this cop shit, and as much as we talk shit about cops, you know, a lot of niggas talk shit about cops, but you know what? When your little car got broken into, a lot of y'all niggas is calling them, trying to find that motherfucker. When your little Kia got stolen, y'all, why are the cops doing their job? I need to get to work, my Kia's gone. So let's not act like we don't need the cops, we don't use the cops, even though it's still fuck the cops, but it's fuck the cops because, not because we don't think we need them, it's fuck the cops because they need to do better. And this right here, this was trash. To me, the fact that you had random people going into the school, random parents going into the school, but you hoe-ass, bitch-ass cops sitting out here with your tail tucked in between your leg like the rodents you are. Tail tucked like bitches. Meanwhile, this nigga in there going to school. You know what one of the kids said that the dude said? You want to know what the kid said? He said one of the kids hid under the table as his whole classroom got killed. And he had to hear this shit as it went on. You know what this boy said? He said that motherfucker went into the classroom and said, it's time to die. Can you imagine being in elementary school and a motherfucker comes into your classroom with an automatic weapon and say, it's time to die? And you hide under the table, you have to listen to everybody that you see every day get slaughtered. While these donut-eating ass cops is outside with crumb stains on their fucking collars, not doing shit. It's fucked up to me. It's real fucked up. I don't want to get too far because I go forever. I'm angry about the situation. I'm mostly angry because I feel like if we had at least one break, because those parents, there's so many stories about the parents. They was on it. The only reason why that motherfucker got as far as he did is because the parents probably was at work, and you got motherfuckers coming from 40 miles out.
Right.
They couldn't get there quick enough. But these whole ass cops was there.
It just fit the narrative that they cowards with guns, man. If they ain't got the upper hand, they not gonna force the situation. You know what I'm saying? It just fit. It's sad. Not saying it's true. It just fit that narrative. You know what I'm saying? So,
The system failed those kids.
man,
They could have completely prevented that situation. They said it took him 45 minutes to get to those kids.
Yes.
He was going back and forth with those cops. That don't make no fucking sense. They also said the cops went and got their kids out of the classrooms.
If I'm a parent, ain't no way I'm saying you get your kid. I'm like, hell no. Y'all gonna have to tase, do whatever y'all want to do. Fuck all that. I'm not you. You ain't getting your kid. I'm not getting my kid.
them cops shouldn't join the Boy Scouts. I wouldn't let them join the Boy Scouts.
Look,
man.
I
They
wouldn't
so
let
fucked
them
up,
join.
man.
I wouldn't let them
So
be the person who
fucked up,
check
man.
your bags at Walmart
Man.
because you would truck through them. They're bitches. Okay, I don't fuck with them. Like at the end of the day, man. This is they failed, and I don't want to I don't know. Maybe this will change in the upcoming days. This will drop on
How do y'all
Tuesday.
think we do this? It's rinse, repeat. Like I say, this comes out Tuesday. We're recording on a Tuesday. This is on Tuesday. I say by Thursday, we're not talking about it no more, because it's like they were so little. Like at least when the Parkland happened, rest in peace all those who died in Parkland. They had that Hawk kid, and they had people who were like in high school who could like kind of piggyback off of it. These were really, really, really kids, and I think it's gonna go away. Both sides, we see the right and the left. We get the point, and I'm sick of it. But at the same time, we gotta realize I just want to know what's gonna happen. How can we stop this? And I've yet to hear since which one? This generation? What about Columbine? We talking about late now. Like this isn't the first, so we're so prone to it. Yes, but they're talking about because this generation has more like access to the internet and social media, so it seems. But this has been going on for over 30 years of mass shootings.
When Columbine
in
happened,
schools.
it was easier for them to say this is isolated. This is something that won't. We don't got to. This is just some crazy shit. We like you just mentioned. Now we have 30 years of data suggesting that there is something wrong here. You know, like this is something that is an American thing. It doesn't happen in Britain. It doesn't happen in other places as much, and that are way less developed and aren't as rich and have the privileges that Americans have. And it don't happen there. And they have guns just like we got guns. So I'm trying to understand, why is it that we got to shoot up some shit every time we want to have a temper tantrum? I'm just glad they killed the motherfucker, to be honest with you. Matter of fact, is anything lit up?
I think it's
smoke is Ramos in the air
I don't
now.
want him to be a pack though. I don't think you should.
He
really
doesn't
go
deserve
out-
to be a pack?
No, I feel like you should live your life out. I feel like you should be executed. But it's tough.
But he was
It's tough.
executed.
And he was. But
By a father.
I wanted him to go through it and be able to like really like.
Oh,
have
you
the
want him to
parent
get
look
cut? You want him to get cut up with lemon juice squirted on him?
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
he
want to go
shoulda
that
got
far, but yes,
executed.
no, for sure.
For that many people, the kids that died, yeah.
But I kind of I don't know. It's tough. Like, cause when I see Dylan Roof, when I see all these people who got the shirts, they're trying to act crazy. So they write messages on their shirts, yelling. What was the guy from Colorado? Like, a lot of people are still alive, and
They
they
make
not
martyrs,
getting.
they make martyrs out of them, like the little movements they do. They make martyrs behind these dudes, and it's like
Are they martyrs?
in their eyes it is.
But when they go to jail, they got it made because you got the Aryan Brotherhood and you got groups that support them.
Them niggas be locked away in solitary. They are high profile.
I don't know if they're
cases.
supporting
Trust
the
me,
kids.
they do there.
But,
Dylan
hey,
Roof is not walking around.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's not.
I'm
But
just
best
saying
believe,
that.
I bet you his commissary straight though.
Oh,
I bet you he don't got to worry about no toilet paper no
Hey,
time soon.
can I say what's your boy name? Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
that nigga. It was like late last year. He came out for like some type of convention. You would have thought it was John Cena. I saw the fireworks, the entrance. Me and my girl, we looked like, what the? We thought you would thought it was Prime Triple H. He had the music, Kyle Rittenhouse shit. I'm like, what the? He came out and he was shake. I'm like, that. What the fuck? And when I seen it, it just kind of blew me. I'm like,
You
damn,
know what's
like I knew.
crazy?
But when I see it, I'm like, oh yeah.
I want to
These
say
niggas
this so
is
it's on
Gucci.
public record because I've been feeling this for. I just got a strange. I don't get mad at Kyle Rittenhouse no more. You want to know why? I got a strange feeling something's gonna happen to him. And I'm not saying it's gonna be like he's getting murdered.
And to
nothing
be
like
fair,
that.
he didn't. We gotta say that he didn't shoot niggas.
Yeah, but I just got a
say that.
Got a
strange
sex offender too,
feeling.
they said, but I ain't heard that from me though.
Yeah.
Look, I got a strange. That being said, I just got a strange feeling that something's gonna like Rittenhouse's story isn't over. The movie of the Rittenhouse isn't over, and it's not gonna end the way people think it's gonna end. It's gonna end fucked up, but that's something else. But going back to the Uvalde shooting, which has turned into a debate pretty much of gun control and safety and whatnot. A lot of people are talking about the access of guns. This guy who shot up the school, he on his 18th birthday, right away went got a gun, got an armor, got all this shit. Do you guys feel like there can be any laws? Because now the debate, I'm hearing both sides, but now you got it's pretty much the people who want guns versus the people who don't have guns want guns. But my problem is I just hear a lot of delusion on both sides. I feel like the people who don't want guns live in this imaginary utopia that doesn't exist. But I feel like a lot of the people who do want guns are evading this imaginary op that really either isn't there or if they want to wipe you out, they're going to wipe you out with your little pistol or not. So really, what are we really fighting for? I mean, there's no way that this should be easier to get. Like, to me, it should be harder to get guns. I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to have
Especially at
them.
these gun shows, a lot of times they just do a little rinky-dink ass background check and they give you the guns. Like, something needs to flag in the system when you're buying 2 rifles within a week, over 300 rounds of ammo. There should be a ding, ding, ding somewhere.
Right.
I
Like,
just-
there's no reason why if I send Colin $600 on our Cash App right now, it'll get flagged by the IRS.
That's nuts.
But this motherfucker can go buy guns, ammo, and armor and shit like he finna play some real life Call of Duty, and then nothing getting flagged, nothing's getting looked at.
18-year-old.
Hey, can I say this? You remember back in the day, like you couldn't, like white kids, they couldn't buy too much Sudafed because they was like you're making meth. You couldn't buy too much of a certain product.
By nutmeg.
But when it comes to guns, it's like we see these states, Texas, we see these really loose guns. Like I was in Tennessee in 2008-9, and people was going to gun shows buying guns. I know somebody who killed
How
somebody
can you
with a
just
gun.
buy a
that
gun
they,
at a gun show?
that-
Like, the fuck?
Because you can just show your ID.
We can't even get your driver's license the same day, but you can get a gun the same day.
Because what you do is you pay a little more, and somehow you can get off with it.
I just feel like there's an insecurity factor with a lot of this. I feel like a lot of people feel little, and
That's
that gun is a way of making them feel big and untouchable. Or a lot of people have been in positions where they were attacked or they were victimized, and their brain goes, "I'm never gonna do that," and now you want a gun. I understand. Look, if you in the trenches and you got real ops, you got shit. I understand. That's the reason why I don't agree with that felon rule. I think that felon shouldn't have a gun rule should be adjusted. I don't think they should just be able to automatically get it, but there should be a way to get a program if you're doing well, because to get your life back. What? Because a lot of these, because there's a lot of felons or a lot of dudes that went to jail and they try to change their life around. They're working 9 to 5s, but the niggas and the ops that fuck with you before are still the niggas and the ops that fuck with you before. And it might not even be you. It might not even, or let's just say if I'm in the game and I'm out and my brother is still there, he got ops, and then they want to kill me. How many times we hear, "Oh, if you can't get him, get his brother." Like I work at Walmart. I got my life together. I just got baptized last Tuesday. Now you want to kill me? So that's what fucking happens in a lot of cases. So I just feel like just because you're a felon doesn't mean you should just be unprotected for the rest of your life.
You
out
rather-
here
you rather-
auto lacking.
You rarely see the gun people get lobby. You rather see the tobacco people and the pharmaceuticals, because those are the lobbyists. They write all the laws. The NRA been so entrenched in government since Reagan, since the 80s. They write all the laws. Pharmaceuticals write all the laws. Tobacco, they rarely get regulated. So some of these politicians won't even say nothing about the NRA. Won't say nothing about the AR-15s. It's okay to have guns, but we don't need these AR-15. We ain't in no tropical jungle fighting, man. We can pistols.
I saw a perfect
rifles,
tweet.
A 12 gauge.
A perfect tweet I saw.
you cool.
Any weapon,
Yeah, all
weapon that can make
45.
police officers turn into bitches shouldn't be allowed on the
Well,
street.
that's anything.
Shouldn't be allowed on the streets.
That's anything.
That because I'm like, this nigga had an AR, which
Could be a
I
stick,
get it.
depending on who
An
you
AR could be a bit much if you have pistols, but y'all niggas can't call for backup. Y'all niggas don't got no like it's kids on the line. You niggas should have been tucking and rolling. It should have been 5 stars. 5 stars. Should have been tanks, army, shit, all that shit. You motherfuckers were on the sideline with your tail tucked. It's just absolutely
And then too,
unacceptable.
where's the video surveillance of the? You know what I'm saying? Most schools have video surveillance of the outside near the entrance. Seems like he came with his clip loaded, ready to go. I don't know.
We had
They just failed these kids. It's so sad.
It's so sad, and every time I think about it, it gets fucked up. And since we're talking about gun laws, we had another situation that went viral where you had these guns. We're gonna put a picture of these guns that they came out. These guns, they look like pistols. They got a red top. They look like real pistols, and they got like the little barrel or the little barrel holder for the drum for the bullets. And it's like these little water pellets that they shoot or whatnot. Pretty cool, I ain't gonna lie, but dangerous. Because, a lot of times, what people don't understand is when they make these, a lot of black people be like, oh, they're making these on purpose so niggas can get killed. No, what they're doing is they don't think about niggas when they make toys. They're thinking about white kids in the suburbs that don't have to worry about this shit. All they care about is fucking white kids when they make this shit. That's what I'm saying. I use that language because that's how he's talking as he's making it. We don't give a fuck about them. So at the end of the day, fucked up. So at the end of the day, when it came to this situation, you had a situation where you had 2 15-year-olds. You had 2 15-year-olds run up on a 16-year-old with these toy guns, water guns, shot at him. The 16-year-old then ups a real strap on him and shoots one of them kids in the chest. Do y'all think, should that 16-year-old, even though I think he had an illegal firearm, of course, he probably wasn't wrong, but do you guys think that dude should be going away for life, or should his life be over, or how do y'all think the government or the court system should handle that situation?
Well, he definitely has to be taught a lesson. We're gonna have to give him a little bit of time. Get your GED behind bars, little man, and learn. Get be around some OGs, learn a valuable lesson, learn a little gun control. They should give him some gun control classes and stuff.
Or
especially at
or you could be sending him to criminal university. He comes out thinking he's go St. Patrick times 2. So, you just don't know how prison at a young age. You don't know how jail will impact somebody. Some people come out, their life has changed. Some people come out with a master plan to get more money illegally. So
depending on the area, it's a reason that 16-year-old was carrying that gun too, man.
Exactly, more than likely. Can't just be running.
Yeah, 16 is just too young,
That's a
nigga.
reason.
Carry your fist. I would at least a taser or some pepper spray or some shit. You don't need no gun.
Enough. That's not
Well,
yes,
you need to
that's
get
not
you-
enough.
No. Carry a blade and a knife. Learn how to use tools first. Shit.
before we close out this segment, I gotta ask y'all a question.
Jane.
Shout out Jada Pinkett.
Yeah.
Before we close out this segment, I gotta ask y'all this question because I recently came across one of the legendary Dr. Umar's clips that floats around the internet, and and we're gonna play it real quick. We're gonna play the audio real quick.
Thug energy is normally anger and pain. That's all it is. I know because I do therapy with them thugs. And once they see I ain't scared of them, then we can have a conversation. And fellas, I want to be clear now. When we go back to take over the community, because we're going to have to do it, gentlemen, you can't expect the cops to fix this because they started it. But I want to be clear. And I know some of us love our children, but some of our children are so far gone that we're going to have to put some of them to sleep in order to take back the neighborhood. Some of y'all don't want to hear that because you don't live in reality. But I'm telling you, as a psychologist, I'm not going to be able to psychologize all of them on the corner. Some of them going to sleep. Fuck that! Fuck that! Fuck that! Fuck that!
In this clip, he talks about how some of our kids have that thug energy. You know, it's been taken over by the thug energy. What I heard somebody say before is the thug bug taking over the young people. And he was talking about how he can't psychologize everybody's sons off the block. And for black people to progress in America, some of y'all kids is going to have to be put to sleep for good. And he emphasized for good, so we can always know what that means. You know, unalived, as someone might say on the Facebook that doesn't want to get flagged. What do y'all think about the whole notion of, for black people to progress, some of these niggas is damn near gonna have to get killed off? Because that's pretty much what he said. It's a cutthroat. Because like I said, it's episode 100, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't have a lot of nigga topics. We didn't have a lot of cutthroat conversations. Do you think all of our people can be saved? Or when we get to moving towards progression, are we going to have to start cutting motherfuckers off? Are we going to have to start, you know?
Have to. The truth hurts, man. It's real and it hurts. It depends on how old the kid is, because some people you can reform, but a lot of people ain't going to make it, bro. It's only a certain few, man.
Right.
It's gonna be more killed than probably more motherfuckers alive, bro.
And what upsets me, because it goes back to the kids once again, which makes it sad. Because a lot of these kids that I feel like need to be put to sleep, it wasn't even their fault.
Oh my God.
It wasn't even their fault.
Yeah.
Their mom and their dad should have been put to sleep. Their grandma and them should have been put to sleep. Now your ass put there, you ain't shit. You don't even know why you ain't shit. You got a bunch of sleepers in the house that just should have been asleep a long time ago. Now you walking around fucking with shit. Why? Because you saw your mom fucking with shit. You stealing shit. Why? Because that's what you were surrounded by. It's been normalized. You desensitized to it.
You got to kill the lineage off.
You got to kill. You know. Sometimes some of these
They all
bloodlines.
fucked up, so that mean they all got to go.
Are you saying this because you hate all these wild drivers out here, or is this a personal?
The Kia boys. This is the Kia boys.
The Kia boys, the baseline boys.
I hate all of them.
Baseline booty bandits, whatever you
Like I
want to
said,
call
at the end of the day, I don't care. Let gas go up to $10. You broke niggas can get off the road. You get your baseline and broke
You
niggas
don't
off
mind,
the road.
you don't mind the
carpool.
price spikage?
No, I don't at all. Like I said, if you're broke, you shouldn't be driving. That's always been my philosophy. Shit.
I'm gonna be pissed. It's gonna
Put
be
your money up.
$120 to fill my Jeep up.
Think about it like this, Colin. I was driving.
Okay, Isha.
If gas
Think
was
about it like this,
$10,
Colin. I was driving back in 2008 when the price had first went up during the Iraq War. When they didn't have all these eco-friendly cars, we was driving weak-ass, non-eco-ass cars, paying $80 for a Nissan Sentra to get filled up and shit. Right. So we already know that. So all you little broke crying-ass niggas, oops, one less perky 30 for you, buddy. Fill up your tank, get your priorities in order. Fuck them. Like I said, I'm sick of all these crazy driving. And as it's just spiked up recently. And I've been noticing, like I said, there's little drivers crazy drunk here and there, but during the day it's not. At night it's still crazy. Yeah. But during the day I'm not seeing as much revving of the engine and racing as I used to. I'm just telling all you guys that's mad about the gas prices. Just next time you go to work, just pay attention. Are you seeing the race? Are people revving the engine up to you as much as they used to? Just think about that.
That's true.
Are people trying to baseline? Or are they taking?
They ain't got that sport mode on.
Exactly. Exactly. So let's just chill on maybe. Let's maybe get it around $6 and hover there. And
them cars take premium. They definitely not revving up
yeah,
shit.
exactly. Especially you niggas, especially you dope.
That
yeah.
premium $6.
Especially you dope dealers riding around in the motherfucking Hemis and shit. Y'all going into your re-up money, trying to baseline.
You know what I do see though? Them 3-wheel motorcycles. So the
Oh,
old
yeah,
niggas,
that's
the old niggas is out cruising.
That's a
them
smart-
slingshots.
Yep.
They
Them
got it.
slingshots
They
is
pay
good
for-
investments.
They said that we're not like y'all niggas who was renting them for last week. These are ours. I seen a bunch out in the last couple of days.
I wouldn't
Y'all
mind a
niggas
slingshot.
can't wait.
I bet you them
I would
motherfuckers
definitely
get like
want one.
50 miles, 80 miles a gallon. Like slingshots is the way to go.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to like, I never trusted motorcycles because our potholes in Milwaukee, you know. You hit a pothole one of them bitches. I actually seen a person bust their shit on a motorcycle because he tried to baseline in a construction zone and didn't realize that the motherfucking street was cut off. It was a pit. So his ass fell in a pit. Funny as shit. I never seen nobody bust their shit in a motorcycle. That was embarrassing. Shout out to him.
Why should I give a damn?
One of the segments we want to bring back after episode 100 is definitely justified or forced, where we talk about stuff and we talk about different cases that may come up on the internet or on our respective timelines, and we talk about whether the action that was done was justified, meaning they should have did it, they had every right to do it, they had no choice but to do it, or was it a force? They went too far, they crossed the line, there was different ways they could have went about it. And the first thing we got to talk about is a case that happened on 96 in Brown Deer, which is very, very, very close to home. There was a case where you had a young man that was a young man and a young lady that were in an abusive relationship. There was all sorts of signs of abuse, and the lady was trying to move on. And of course, just like most of these cases, the guy didn't want to move on. The guy decided to be a stalker, decided to be a creep, decided to be a Michael Myers. You randomly somewhere, and that motherfucker just standing there looking at you in the parking lot like a motherfucking serial killer and shit. So one day they pull up, and the girl pulls up to her crib, and the guy tries to pull up, and she doesn't want to talk. So she calls her brother. And like, hey, I need some help to get in the house because, the crazy guy, he after me, he's threatening me, he's saying all sorts of shit. Could you just help me get in the house to make sure everything is good because I don't want to be here by myself with this crazy dude on the loose. Long story short, brother come through. He don't waste no time. He ends up murking the guy, and I can only imagine what the story may be and how much he probably was sick of this dude, because the way the girl put it when she talked to the police is she didn't even know he killed. She didn't even know, or maybe this is just her story to get her name clear, but she's claiming she didn't even know that the brother killed the dude. She's claiming that she called the brother over there to help her. Brother came.
Oh, real convenient.
And next thing you know, she looked at the intersection and her ex was there, slump over, and she didn't even know it happened.
It could be like that though.
And it could be
Who
like
do you
that.
believe?
I don't know what to believe.
Because you pass it off a lot, but who do you believe in this? Because he's going down. That's why we said justified or forced. Because it's like, he did what we want, protect black women,
He
right?
protected a black woman.
A black woman,
we
he
talk about it.
protected her?
She was getting abused. She was being stalked. He came through. He did kind of, I don't know. And then
What do you do if your sister, your beautiful sister right here, she call you, hey, this nigga stalking me, I need you. How do you pull up, Eric?
I'm there, but you don't murk the nigga before the situation even gets there. Like,
You gonna talk
don't
to
worry,
him?
I got it taken care of already. You turn around, there's a body there already. Like, now I got it. Yeah, that's a little much. I mean, at the end of the day, there's escalation of force. You definitely got to be ready. You definitely got to be strapped if you're going into a situation like that. But you got to kind of be smart. If he not escalating, you don't need to escalate. But you got to always be one step ahead. I mean, it's easier said than done. It's a fucked up situation to be in. But this is why we always say, women, be careful of the guys y'all fuck with in the situations y'all are putting y'all brothers, y'all husbands, y'all boyfriends, y'all male friends, y'all gay besties, whatever the fuck they is. Be careful of these situations y'all putting people in. Because there's been so many stories I've been seeing of Captain Save-A-Hoe coming along, trying to save black women, trying to protect not just black women, but women in general.
Or blowing their head off.
And they get their brains blown out, or something happens. I mean, so many of our favorite, artists, entertainers, whatever, we had a lot of people die because of something going on with some woman, and you come in trying to protect her, and bam. So it's a very crazy.
Rest in peace, Merlin Santana. We always talk about him. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Romeo from Steve Harvey. That's how he got caught up. Niggas riding by and they crashing out.
I guess I gotta ask everybody then: is it justified or forced to have to murk a nigga who threatens your sibling in this situation? I think if the threat is real, to me, if the threat is real and you believe that if you really believe your sister's life in danger, I don't believe it's a force. But I don't think her life is in danger in this situation. I think he over. I don't know. It's speculation.
She
but
getting her fucking jaw broken every night. And not sucking dick.
I'm not saying her life is. I'm not saying her life is never. I'm not saying her life is never in jeopardy. I'm saying this particular situation. I think because and I'm going, if her story is true. Like I said, that's why I said speculation, because she could be lying to cover her name. But if it's indeed true where she didn't know what's going on and he killed her before the boyfriend even got there, that was kind of a rogue on your own force mission. Now, I don't know the history. There could be some back shit that happened. I guess we'll find out as the story develops. But I don't know. I'm gonna go Forrester for me because I think he could have handled that differently, you know. But I need more information to be confident about my Forrest. But I'm going Forrest.
See, I think like what you just said with the more information, because there is moments, especially with like siblings, a brother tell you, you call me, I'm going to jail. So I don't know this, like you said, I don't know the circumstances, but if you step into somebody's brother who, like, especially like you said, she may know his background, he may know the background, so I don't know. I would probably say justified in my sense, just because I know when my sisters call, you know, it's serious, but I don't know this young lady.
Right.
Like it is bullshit out here.
Is she one of those sisters that's only gonna call if she has to, or is she one of those starting shit?
I have both.
You know,
so
I don't know.
I know how to deal with. Like I said, if this is a reoccurring thing.
Right.
The brother should take heed and be knowledgeable and be
or
like, my sister. I know my sister. I don't know. It's really, it's just like all depends on the relationship between the siblings. I get what you mean, but people do more for less.
Her life better damn near being dangerous. Like guns, he could have been. We would have to be Wild Wild West. He had to have been reaching then. Other than that, I'm not finna just know.
You speaking from rational. A lot of people not rational.
And you're right. And it's easy for me to say that in my seat right now. You're right, Colin.
What's the question?
Justified or forced? Was he justified or forced for killing?
He was a young nigga say he crashed out. He crashed out. You have to. I always said, even probably on an earlier episode, when I get a call from my sister, I have to know the full story, because I'm not gonna come and just kill a nigga, shoot a nigga. It's not happening like that. It's not happening like that. So it's a tough one, but overall, no, it's a force. Like you gotta play the role, okay. And then guess what? You know what happens? We always say, you beat up the nigga, you shoot the nigga, you do whatever, and your sister goes right back to him, sucking him up, slurping him up.
That's also
He's at
true.
Thanksgiving with a black eye. I've been there before. It's
exactly.
embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It's trash.
And you know what? And if you're gonna shoot the nigga, he rolled up on the nigga and shot 5 times into the driver's side door. So he went for the. If you're going to shoot a nigga, at least shoot him in the leg or something, or shoot him to the point where he's no longer a threat.
Oh Jesus!
And then, but you know, this nigga went for the murder.
I think he was sent on a mission. Then, if that's the case, like you saying with the sister not knowing nothing, then that sounds like a hit. I don't know.
Like I said, that goes back to more information. Yeah. Breezy, we definitely got to get your life because you're on the girl side of this. If you're that girl and you called, in that situation happened.
Set niggas up.
Do you feel like that was an overreact? You felt like your life was in danger. He was threatening you. Next thing you know, you call up me. I'm on my way. By the time you see me, oh, don't worry about it no more. We good. You go outside and look outside. He slumped out there in the street. You ain't asked me to do all that. Justified or forced?
He already slumped in the streets, dog.
Yeah.
Dog.
Now police knocking at your door, asking you questions. You got to have your story right. Is he justified or forced?
That was forced. At some point, to a certain extent, it is forced.
Like,
it was just excessive. Plus, I said abort mission.
Like, I only say force if I feel like there was alternative.
Like, I didn't like that nigga anyway. Niggas be ready, especially like, come on, as brothers, it's almost nobody is special enough for your sister. So when shit go left, y'all be ready to kind of take it to the next level if you have to. Some people do, you know.
He went too far. Like I said, it is
not.
He was sloppy with it. Like 5 shots, right? Like, come on, it's a camera right there. Got it all on camera. Like, bro, you didn't that. Anytime a nigga get caught on camera and does something that sloppy, that was all emotion and anger. Like, at least be a chess player with your shit. You did a pure checker move. Now you 40 years old. By the time you 40 and a half, you're gonna be damn. I could have been out. I could have been out enjoying a fucking cheeseburger on Memorial Day weekend somewhere. Now I'm sitting in here with hoodlums
But I
because
would
I want to be super save assist.
that's what I'm saying. But I would just say this: any nigga who will go on a dummy mission without, like you said, being logical, that nigga don't know how to play chess.
Right.
He's playing tic tac toe.
And for those of you listening, like, I'm gonna do whatever for my sister. I got my sister. Like I said, hey, if you want to throw your whole life away, but that you can protect people without having to murder someone. That's what needs to be overstated.
And
Just because I'm not pro kill him doesn't mean I'm not pro protect your sister by any cost. Just be smart.
And can we go back? And I'm glad it was a little segue there. We were talking about remember the Virginia Tech football player? We had a conversation a year and a half ago. He got the quote unquote tricked. No, we can be honest. He was experimenting. Anyways, remember he beat to death the transsexual man or woman. I mean, respectful. Shout out to respect the pronouns. He beat him to death, and some of us said he would get off. He beat the case. He beat the case.
So let me get this straight. He was tricked by a man posing as a woman, or did she have the surgery? Was there surgery?
No, it was just a man who crossed.
So it was a man who cross-dressed
He did the whole
and,
I
and
guess
pretended,
it was yes,
and did the whole "I'm waiting to give my vagina away. You can have
we
the
all
asshole."
get fucking in
routine.
the dark, weird shit.
See, you niggas who fall for asshole on the first two dates, y'all deserve what y'all get. I'm sorry. Like,
Now
if,
where I thought,
like if you're
didn't
falling
take
for
that turn.
asshole 2-3 dates in a row, come on. She done had her period all spring. You wiping dick off every other Tuesday. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Let's be realistic. But so you're telling me because he was tricked and then he beat this man / woman to death and got off. That's fucked.
Can I tell you how he got off?
How?
He said it was dark. He thought he was reaching for something. He thought he was reaching for a gun. There was no gun, but there was a knife that was under like the couch. So he got the play off of, I thought he was reaching for something, and I was talking about this with my friends on my group chats, and they said that's why you got to make sure the other person can't tell their story. And that's a testament to Zimmerman. Remember Amber Geiger? When the other person is dead, you can tell any story you want, and you can sway it towards your side. No, this happened. That nigga was a football player.
Basically saying if there's ever a one-on-one altercation, go for the kill. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
I mean, it's fucked up, but that's just how it goes. I mean,
Even though I'm being a little embarrassed.
So you're saying, so you think they were justified for letting him go in that situation, or was it forced for letting him go? He killed a man for posing as a woman, and he pretty much. I think you think it was justified too. Okay,
Yes.
let him go. Brian, justified or forced for the judge?
I can only go in what I would do, and if he didn't win, like you said, if he didn't already played in the jungle that you should never enter, then you might as well you got to take him out. That's just.
I'm going for it. I'm going forced here, man. I think for the court, for me, don't get me wrong. If I was in that situation, I would have reacted probably the similar way. End up accidentally killing the motherfucker on a rage attack, but that's why I would never get in that situation.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's why I would never get in that situation. That's what I'm saying. But that's why I can't. But that's why I can't let the man. That's why I can't let dude off the hook. You fell for the booty hole 2 days in a row. You get what you get. You didn't notice that this nigga had on Axe body spray. You didn't notice that shit? You didn't notice that this nigga, when you bought him some shoes, and she asked you, like, what size shoe you wear? This motherfucker said a 13 and a half.
You didn't see the neck hair? You
didn't notice that?
Broad ass shoulders?
I don't feel sorry for no niggas who, quote unquote, get tricked unless it's surgery involved. Then okay. Then that's fucked up. But if it's a regular man that's just cross-dressing, nigga, you got caught, you're embarrassed. Now you're trying to retroactively play the victim so you don't get fucked up. Nigga, I'm not trying to fuck. That nigga should be in jail. But he got off But that nigga should be in jail. That's fucked up. It's an
Like
L.
Caitlyn Jenner clearly looks like.
And don't get me wrong, I don't want to make it seem like the person who cross-dressed was right at all. That's fucked up too. But two things can be right at once. The cross-dressing shit was fucked up, and the fact that that man killed that dude because he had a hissy fit because he liked booty hole, and now he want to sit in jail. Nigga, you was gonna go to jail, have all the booty hole you wanted.
Yeah.
What the fuck you like? But I think it was forced. So I think he should be in jail. But next thing we got to talk about. Let's talk about this airport fight. Let's talk about this viral airport fight. We're gonna show the full clip video, and we're gonna give context because there was a couple witnesses that were able to give a little bit of context to the scene. So what you just saw was an airline employee fighting with a customer, and those who were close to the situation said that basically there was some commotion and back and forth while the guy was trying to get his boarding passes and whatnot, which turned into pretty much the employee starting to act aggressive and say he was going to beat the person's ass, and then the other person got aggressive. The employee came from around, because if you ever been to the airport, you know they got to go all the way around in that when you first check your bags in. There ain't no way for them to get to you, so they got to go all the way around to get to you. So the person that was the employee went all the way around and began to yell, "Hit me, motherfucker, do something, motherfucker," and swell up and get into the guy's face. That's when the customer, which was the black guy here, ended up pushing the guy or giving it, you know, that little the fist muff where you're fake. It looks like you're fine on the nigga, but you're not. He tried to get a fake muff, but I think is a slight. I don't like that, but it is what it is. Your technique is your technique. He did the fake fist muff, and then which he got slapped by the customer, and then it turned into pretty much he got slapped by the employee, then it turned into the customer just beating the fucking employee's ass. A fat Mexican guy got dropped twice, and it looked pretty bad. The original clip that was surfacing online just showed the employee slapping the black dude, and it made it look like the dude just got slapped for no reason. But once we saw the full video, we were able to see that it was indeed the customer that had the first hit. However, I don't know what was said. I don't know how it started. But the Mexican guy who came from around the counter, in my opinion, was the aggressor in the situation. I kind of related to the situation with the Badgers. What's dude's name? The Badgers game against Michigan. Juwan. It's kind of like the Juwan Howard situation, where it was, of course, Juwan Howard's at fault. Of course, Juwan Howard shouldn't have punched the guy. Of course, you're going to get the penalty because you hit him. But we saw what that white dude did to provoke that or start that. And my thing is, that was what I'm going to have to give this guy, that Mexican guy, I'm going to have to give him what I'm going to call the first ever Marcus Smart Award of why should I give it to him. The Marcus Smart Award, when you can lure somebody, when you're not really about that life, you can't really do shit, but you lure somebody into a situation in which now they will face a penalty and now you get to go back to your normal life. Black dude should have been smarter. Anytime, in college, you say this all the time, never fall for the guy, hit me, do something. You never fall for that guy. If you fall for that guy, you're going to jail 7 times out of 10. Every time. And he fell for the guy, got the muff off. Once you muffed him, now you gave him a clean opportunity to get a free hit. Because now the employee can say self-defense. You hit him. So now that slap is legal. Now the whole altercation is on you. So I don't know how they're going to play it. I want to know what y'all know based on the video footage. I guess we can say, was the employee, or was how can we say? Because both of them was damn justified in force. I'm going to have to say because he tried to act like a victim afterwards, the employee. The employee and the worker, they both thought they were victims afterwards. They both acted like the other one started it and whatnot. One was the aggressor, one actually hit first. In a situation like this where you have a worker versus employee fight, who's the person who's justified and who's the person who's forced hitting here? Because one of them has to be the justified one and one of them has to be the forcer. Who's the justifier and who's the forcer in this situation? Based on the data and the information in the video we have provided to us right now. All right. Brian?
Well, originally I definitely thought it was justified, but hearing your explanation and just rethinking the video, he definitely, like, as an employee, I understand you don't want to be disrespected at work, but you have to keep, like, when you going around the desk, he could you don't know if he gonna shoot you. You don't know any of that. So
shoot you at the airport, Brian.
Joel Santana forgot he had a gun in his bag.
Yeah, but he didn't make it that far though.
He made it right. He made it past where dude was at.
No, he didn't.
That's true.
He was at baggage claim.
Like, to me, I'm at a point now where anybody aggressively walking towards me, I have to be in the. I don't necessarily have to hit him, but I have to be in the ready position. You know, I have to be, especially like, and then he did it. Then another aggressive act that everybody knows, the pants pull up. If I see a nigga adjusting their waist in any way, shape, or form, that is an act of aggression in the jungle. We all know that.
You're being a jerk right now. Because everybody knows what he did was he tried it because he's at work. Now, we already broke it down. The black dude slapped him first. I don't care if you slapped him first. I've been in a certain position where people have talked to me crazy, threatened me, and I realized you would not talk to me like this if we were out and about and we had a disagreement. So he tried the old trick of I'm going to disrespect him while he has his uniform on, his name tag on, and it didn't work. Now he got fired, and I always wondered, why did the black guy get arrested? And they only showed the second half of the clip. That was interesting.
They both got L.
That's what I want to know. Why did they only show when
that was the Twitter portion on YouTube and all the other places? They have the full clip. Somebody wanted to go viral on Twitter, and they made it like that clip because it's easier to go on. Because on TikTok you only get 30 seconds. So it started on, or I don't know how, is it 30 seconds? I don't know how long you get on TikTok, but you only get so many times. It started on TikTok and went to Twitter.
I think the slap supersedes you want to, like, he came around the corner. I don't care. Once you put your hands on me, all the other shit is over. So I think he was good. He did what he had to do.
So Colin, if that was you and you got into it with an employee there at the airport, then you just see him walking around the corner on your ass. Are you just gonna stand there like Martin Luther King in the Million Man March and take a brick to the face, or what are you gonna do? Are you?
I would defend myself, but guess what? I'm a Negro, but I'm not a hard ER. So when it comes to federal flying airspaces, that's the one place you can hold me and punk me, because I just want to make it. I don't want to be on a no-fly list. Right. Now I'm not a total bitch. I hold my own, but I'm not doing. I'll be shocked how many niggas be fighting in airports. We saw shit in Detroit when the nigga was just clearing. He was a wrecking ball, and I'm like, you're never gonna be able to fly again.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that no-fly.
Thank you. That's all I care about. So
they kind of got me with the vaccine that way though, because the only reason I mainly started getting vaccinated because I was afraid it was gonna turn into a situation where you couldn't get into a plane. You couldn't fly and travel and shit. And it already was hindering concerts because, as many, like, we went to plenty concerts the last 2 years, so we wouldn't be able to get to none of those. So that's a whole nother topic, but, it's crazy shit.
Could you miss that Saucy Santana concert?
Absolutely disgusting. That would have been a non-justified
you
force.
You told me Kobe fucked up your front row tickets.
Oh, but last thing I do want to put on and this wasn't on the docket. Last thing I want to put on the justified or force bracket is, you already know, we talked about how Jack Harlow had the whole situation where he didn't know that Ray J was Brandy's brother and kind of played Brandy like on some he ain't know who he was. But he legit You know, he's white. I don't know why. That's what happens when you think niggas are barbecue ready. Look, he's an open pit. He's not even an open pit nigga. Like I can see if we had a Sweet Baby Ray's open pit nigga, this nigga would be like, what? There's no mayo? Like, no, he doesn't know. He's not part of us.
Fee, is Jack Harlow going to your barbecue?
He's going to the. It's like Breeze definitely going to Breeze barbecue.
Definitely coming to mind.
With his curly
Everything he
hair.
likes.
But recently, Brandy responded to Jack Harlow acting like he ain't know who she was, and she went in on a little track. And I won't say it was a diss track, but it was kind of like a, I'm Brandy, bitch, track. And it was crazy because she did that show that girl Queens, the show with the group, and she was the rapper. And I think she been stuck in that character because even online you see her rapping. I saw her spitting bars on Instagram. I can tell she really is like in that character. Like, I won't be surprised if Brandy drops a rap album now. Like, she really is into that character.
Like Tyrese
Brandy
when he's
Barbie?
black tie.
Yeah, I think she's having a black tie moment. She's having a black tie moment.
Brand.
But do you think she was justified or forced to responding to Jack Harlow in music form? Breezy.
I think it was forced. If anything, she should have did a song with him.
That's disgusting. We don't need a Moesha Harlow.
She should have just
remix.
put him on the track.
That's disgusting.
It would have maybe got more buzz.
That's nasty.
More buzz?
Yeah,
don't
need
need no-
both
She's
of them.
right, but that's nasty.
Nah, to me it was justified. He
It
Drake
was
like
forced.
he's diet Drake. He's
I
Stop
like
being
Jack
disrespectful
Harlow, so.
on the Why Should I Give It Down, bro?
Diet
Drake? Diet Drake?
Yeah.
This nigga's not no Drake. This is Diet Drake.
Yeah. I'm not a Drake fan like you, man.
He's
I'm
Nestle
sorry.
quick with no Nestle. That's what he is, okay? Just milk. That's what he is. No cookies, nothing. Just milk.
All right. Well,
He's like a macadamia nut cookie.
No, I mean,
No.
listen.
I fuck with those. I don't know about
He's
that.
plain Cheetos.
I'm happy.
That's what he is. Plain Cheetos.
No, he's like not
Ruffle.
white chocolate. That's why I gave him
Monte
macadamia. Because he's not
for
quite,
sure.
I'm not saying he white chocolate.
No,
Can
I'm,
never
not
be Jason
black.
Williams.
I'm glad Brandy got the clout chase. Let everybody else clout chasing. Let her clout chase.
You know what I'm saying? Let a legend get her chase.
Yeah, let her get her shit. People gonna listen. People gonna stream her, and now we know she is a GOAT. I am anti-Brandy for some reason. I like hating on her, but when Jack Harlow comes in, I probably hate him the most.
My Moesha Cape appears as soon as Jack Harlow's name
Mo
was
to
mentioned.
the.
E to the.
Why should I give a damn?
What up, world? This your boy 414 Dank, formerly known as Dank Sinatra. Dropping a new single, Love Games, off the Love Games album that comes out June 12th on all platforms. You can reach me on Facebook, Nate Dank Strick. You can reach me on Twitter at 414 Dank Sinatra. And you can reach me on SoundCloud at Strick TV. I follow, check me out, won't be disappointed.
This hurt is burning like a flame. Oh yeah, I don't wanna play love games. Said she's so single and ready to mingle. Looking for players who stack it like Pringles. That coochie brand new, she been doing them kingles. I might make it tingle, just give me a jingle.
Shout out to everybody who's been tuning in, who has tuned in and supported, who has liked, and who has subscribed, followed, whatever you do for 100 episodes. I remember when we started, we was like, man, one day we're going to get to 100 episodes. And we got there. It's definitely a milestone. It's been a long time coming. 2 years in the making, and we're still getting better. We still got a long way to go. We still got a whole lot of things we want to do. We definitely want to give a big shout out to Dank Sinatra, one of the friends of the podcast who's been fucking with us back since it was Talk Your Shit. He remember Talk Your Shit with Sparkers back in the day. So shout out to him. Always welcome to come through and blow. Shout out to the homie Crooks who always come through. Like I said when we had the classic interview, I said Crook is pretty much an honorary host at this point. He has an open door, open seat. He's like, he comes in and always ready to go. The Chris Broussard of Why Should I Give a Damn. Always on call and ready to come in. I love it. But it's been a pleasure working with everybody for 100 episodes. The commitment, the consistency we talk about, we're going to keep giving that to you guys and just continue to just have faith in us and watch us grow. Those of you in the congregation that's been with us every Tuesday and get that word every Tuesday, y'all know it's been a growth. It's been a journey. So continue to fuck with us and continue to see this journey. Is there anything else that we want to say before we get out of here for the 100th time?
Yes, like and subscribe, please. Follow me on Instagram, Bree_Barber Podcaster, and thegroomroombarber.com.
Shout out to the cast. 100 episodes, 100 weeks. So that's 100 times in 100 weeks we came together. So y'all gotta fuck with the cast, man, for real, because it's just consistency and it's only going up from here.
Yeah, and shout out to the big girls. But I'm gonna let y'all know, every time I see a video of a little girl get picked up, stop chiming in. Nobody want to strain their back picking your big ass up.